Hey guys, so welcome back to your next lesson of catalyst concepts. In the previous lesson, we looked at what is kinetic energy and how do we measure it. So today we are going to look at how can I use the different formula we learned and solve for any problems that might be given to us. For an example, I've written two different questions on the screen here. Right, we're going to try to solve these two. Now, if we remember, we have these two formulae that we used. Half mv square was the final formula that we came with, and which was derived from half m into v square minus u square, wherein if u is 0, you can directly use this first formula that we spoke of. Okay, so let's try to start solving right away. So we generally start our sums with the given part, correct? Okay, so let's start with what is given. We start with the mass of the object, right? So if you see, the mass is given to this 8,000 grams. Now, one thing that you need to know about solving these sums is whenever you're given mass, it has to be taken in kilograms. Okay, you cannot take it in lower values. It'll have to be in the same unit as kilogram. So I need to convert 8,000 grams into kilograms. And to convert gram to kilogram, we know we divide by 1,000. Okay. So which is nothing but 8 kilogram. So I'm going to use my mass value as 8 kilogram as not as 8,000 gram. When it's coming to the velocity part, is given as 50 centimeters per second. When we talk about velocity, we need to take it in meters per second, not centimeter per second. Okay, since the per second part is fine, I just need to worry about changing the centimeter part. I know that if I divide centimeter by 100, I should get meter, right? So I should get 50 by 5 by 10, which is nothing but 1 by 2 meter per second, or 0.5, anyway is fine. So your velocity is nothing but 0.5 or 1 by 2. Now, we have our m and we have our v. Finally, we just need to calculate the kinetic energy, because that is what is asking in the question, right? Find the kinetic energy. So I will say kinetic energy is nothing but half mv square. So I simply need to substitute the values. Half into m is nothing but 8 kilogram, 8 into v square, which is 1 by 2 square. So let's start solving. Let's leave this one aside for, since it's a square. It's half and 8. So I 2 4s are 8. So I can say 4 into half square. Half square is nothing but half into half. 1 by 2 into 1 by 2. 2 1s are 2 2s are 4. 2 1s are 2 1s are. Okay. So finally I'm remaining with nothing but 1. Okay. Now we know that kinetic energy is nothing but the work done by one object on the other, right? That's how they gain the kinetic energy. So the unit for kinetic energy is the same as unit for work, which is joule. So in this question, the answer is kinetic energy is nothing but 1 joule. Okay, very simple. So you can write a statement like, therefore kinetic energy, I'm writing in short, you can write it in full. Kinetic energy of object is 1 joule. Okay. That is how you conclude the sum. Now let's move to the second sum over here. I'm going to read this out again for you. The cyclist and his cycle weigh 90 kilogram in total. Okay, so we have two objects, a cyclist and his cycle, and they both combined weigh 90 kilogram. Calculate work done by the cyclist if he changes his speed from 6 kilometer per hour to 12 kilometer per hour. Okay, so right now they have said he's already moving at a speed of 6 kilometer per hour. We need to see that how much energy is or how much work is done if he changes his speed from 6 to 12, right? Obviously if you need to speed up, go faster, it means you need more energy. So that is why we are going to be looking at how much work he has done. Let's start with again what we know, right? Let's start with the given. Let's start with the mass. So mass is 90 kilogram. Okay, since we need mass in kilogram and it's already given in kilogram, we don't need to worry about that. Let's look at the velocities. Okay, since we have two velocities, the starting one and the final one, we'll take this as u and v. Okay, so I'll take the first one as u, which is nothing but initial velocity. Okay, I'll just write it in bracket here. It's called initial velocity. So initially saying it is at 6 kilometer per hour. Okay, but we don't need it in kilometers per hour, we need it in meters per second. Okay, so this is also one form of conversion that you may or may not have seen before. If you have a kilometer per hour speed, you multiply it with 5 by 18. Then you will get meters per second. Okay, if you multiply it with 5 by 18, you will get something called meters per second. So for this one, I will say 6 into 5 by 18. I'll say 6 3s are 18, which is nothing but 5 by 3 meters per second. Okay, so now we have our initial velocity as 5 by 3 meter per second. Let's look at what is the final velocity, how much he is reaching up to. Right, it is nothing but v. So v equals to 12 kilometer per hour, which is nothing but again 12 into 5 by 18. Okay, so I can say 6 3s are 18, 6 2s are 12, right? Something like this. So I can say this is 10 by 3 meters per second. So we call this as final velocity, right? So now we have m, we have u, and we also have v. We need to calculate work done by the cyclist if he changes his speed. Okay, so there are two ways to do this. One is you can directly either use this formula here. Okay, the kinetic energy half mv square minus u square. You can do that that way, or you can calculate the initial kinetic energy and final kinetic energy, because when he's going at 6 he already has kinetic energy, when he's going at 12 also he has kinetic energy, but this will be more than this, so you can find out both and subtract them. That's also a very easy way to do it. Okay, the choice is yours. I will do it in one way, you can try it out in the other. Okay, so I'll just create some space here. Yeah, so I'll say let's start with initial kinetic energy. Okay, I'll start with the initial kinetic energy, which is nothing but I'll just call it as KE1, nothing but half m u square. Okay, which is half into m, which is nothing but 90, into u square. U is 5 by 3, right? So 5 by 3 square, nothing but half into 90, I can simply I can cancel it out there itself. This becomes 45. Okay, 45 into 5 by 3 whole square, which is 5 by 3 into 5 by 3, which is 5 5s are 25 divided by 3 3s are 9. Okay, now I know that 9 5s are 45. So ultimately this comes as 5 into 25, nothing but 125 joules. Okay, so your first kinetic energy will come as 125 J. Okay. Now this is the first part, the first kinetic energy. Let's look at final kinetic energy. Okay. I'll call it KE2. We got half mv square. So half into 90 into what is v square? That is 10 by 3 whole square. Okay. Now again 90 by 2 is 45. So I have 45 into 10 square is 100 divided by 9. 9 by 45. Which is nothing but 500 joules. So kinetic energy is nothing but 500 joules. Now if I need to find out what is the change in kinetic energy, change in kinetic energy is nothing but the work done. So I can say work done is the final kinetic energy minus the initial kinetic energy. Right? So finally I have 500 minus the initially I had 125. So 500 minus 125. So if I do that, I'll have 75, 375. So total work done is nothing but 375 joules. Okay, so this is how we solve it. You can also try by directly using this formula. You just need to make sure you calculate the squares properly in the v square minus u square part. Okay. So that's it for today. I hope you understood, and if you have any doubts, please drop them in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next class. Thank you.